What's up, guys? It's Ruka here.
And Steve here. And then Mike's also here.
Hi. My
Okay,
brain's just
there he is.
gone everywhere. Hello, it's
It's
me.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's been a while since we've done this, but we're back for another idol discussion video. This time, we've decorated the place to make it a little spooky for Halloween. So, yeah, how have you guys been?
I've been alright, just chugging along with life. My birthday
uh,
just passed, and I'm just really tired. But yeah,
uh, for me, a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest. Work is work, dying. Some of the recent news, killed me. My birthday also just passed as well.
That's right.
um,
Both of you had birthdays. Both of you did.
yeah.
So happy
yeah,
late birthday, both of you. I should have gotten like a cake
thank
or
you.
something here in this whole setup we made. But yeah.
um,
Did you guys do anything for your birthdays?
yes, I did. The day before my birthday, I went to a football game.
Mm.
My team won, so I'm happy with that. And then on my birthday, I went to Ohio's #1 amusement park. It's the most known
Nice.
amusement park that we have, called Cedar Point. They have a Halloween themed event that goes on from the end or mid-September to Halloween, so
Hmm.
still going on. Essentially, where at night they have like these scare areas with like haunted houses included in the amusement park, where they like try to scare you as well. I went with my brother and his girlfriend. Had It was really fun. Not because I went like 3 years ago with a bunch of my friends, so like I knew what was going to happen essentially, but I still had a blast. So that's what happened. At least what I did on my birthday.
Hmm.
Well, I did quite a bit on my birthday. Uh, idol related, I got to go to Sakurazaka's meet and greet. I only saw one member, and that was Moriya. One word, it was well, two words. Unexpectedly deadly. Like,
What?
just my brain, like, afterwards, my brain was just, like, on overdrive. Simply because I was also sleep deprived because I was up pretty much all night.
Mhm.
And, yeah. And then immediately after, I did get dragged out for lunch. And then we went bowling. And, yeah, that was my birthday in a nutshell.
I remember specifically hearing I saw a tweet from you specifically that said something like Nagare Dama is my bowling anthem or something like that because you were like playing it or listening to it while you were bowling, and then wasn't it like as soon as Rune started singing her part you like got a strike or something? Am I right about that?
I think it was a spare. I
Spare.
know I know I tweeted about winning while listening to one of Sakurazaka's songs. That was about it because I was really drunk as well. But there you go. Yeah,
Well, okay, fair.
I will never recover from that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I've been doing all right too. Mainly I've been doing two things. I have been spending time with family because I had a bunch of my cousins from out of state come in, so I was spending time with them because we were having a little reunion. We had pizza one night and then we went out for milkshakes and ice cream. Got everyone milkshakes and ice cream. It was awesome. And then the second thing I've been doing is a lot of D&D related stuff.
Mm.
Obviously, like I've still been running like my campaign with some of my friends, and I actually ran like a little special Halloween spooky type of session for them. So it was a lot of fun. It was really wholesome. And one of them is actually planning to run their own special Halloween type session From the way they describe it, it's gonna be a lot more messed up than how mine was, because mine was like very fun and wholesome and cute, and his is gonna be like, oh, it's actually gonna get like kind of dark in this one. But
Yeah, I
then,
just started my second campaign
oh,
2 weeks ago.
Nice.
The first one was Curse of Strahd, which was we started that in October, so that was like last year, and then now
wow,
we're doing the new one that just came out. One of my friends is DMing the Witchlight, I think it's called.
okay. Yeah, but also like not just like running campaigns, but also just like watching or listening to D&D release stuff. Like there's a podcast, there's a D&D podcast on Apple Podcasts that I've been listening to called Cast Party. It's a lot of fun. It's basically the entire story of that is it's about a Hollywood cast and crew like doing a movie and they get transported into a fantasy world. So that's a lot of fun and it's really funny. But then also you've probably I'm sure you guys have heard at least a bit of Critical Role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my friends talk about them.
Yeah. So they recently started their third campaign. So the first episode of that came out. I actually I kind of caught like the first hour of when it was like live streaming last Thursday until I like fell asleep because it was really late by the time that it was on and I was like tired after all the pizza and ice cream and everything. So I watched it for an hour and then I'm like, okay, that's it. I can watch the VOD later and then went to bed. So yeah, that's mainly what I've been doing. Family and D&D.
Fair enough.
All right.
And of course idle stuff as well, idle
Yep, of
Yeah.
reactions
course.
for the channels, of course, right. But yeah, speaking of going on to that, we can move on to our first point of discussion. So Steve, you can leave us into that.
Oh, the auto popularity thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw something that actually Tam actually retweeted on Twitter
Yeah.
that I thought that was really interesting. If you want to bring it up on the screen, Ruka,
Oh
like
yes, of course.
because I think it'd be easier to talk
Ta-da!
about uh in that way. And it was a line survey um depicting like what the top 10 groups in Japan. If you see N, that stands for population sample size. So for this year, for 2021, from September, there were 45,803 people that submitted to the survey, and I found this very interesting with some points that I want to talk and discuss with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not sure where you're showing the screen because that's on your end, but if you guys can see like the top 10, um,
Oh
to be
yeah, that's
honest,
where I'm at.
okay, to be honest, I had no idea who Shoujo Jidai was, and I was really confused. I'm like, who's Shoujo Jidai? I've never
Girls'
heard of them
Generation
until I
movie.
looked up on YouTube and I saw Girls' Generation, and then I face palmed myself because like I'm not used to seeing them referred to as Shoujo Jidai, and I don't know why. It never occurred to me to like actually translate that. I just was seeing the name Shoujo Jidai because I'm just so used to seeing Girls' Generation as the name. So that's what I thought that they would come up here, but apparently not. They're using the Japanese name.
Okay, because I was
Um,
gonna say you didn't see like Shoujo Jidai, and your brain just didn't translate that as
yeah,
you
it
didn't
did
like
not.
go through the inner workings of like Shoujo
No,
Jidai, girls
I
generation.
no, my brain did not do that. It did not. Uh, but
I'm not
yeah,
too
very
surprised at the
interesting.
amount of. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no.
not. I'm
Go
not too
ahead.
surprised
Like,
at the amount of K-pop groups in there, like NiziU,
yeah,
Twice, Blackpink,
I think
Girls' Generation.
because I didn't realize that Shoujo Jidai was K-pop. I think four or Yeah, I think 4 out of these top 10 are K-pop groups.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
So
what
that's
impresses
interesting.
me the most, especially, is like you think about like Nijiyu. Of course, they're sort of like teetering between like K-pop and J-pop. They're like smack dab in the middle of that, where you don't really know. But Twice, Blackpink, obviously being K-pop, but them being more recent. Nijiyu also being more recent. Shoujo Jidai, or Girls' Generation, has been around forever. So the fact that they're
At
still
least
in like
10 years now.
2021, like this popular, that they're in like a top 10 list of like most popular female idol groups, is like amazing.
Mm-hmm. But we do have all 3 of the Sakamichi groups there, and
Yeah.
AKB. But I'm also surprised with Momoiro Clover, because like
Yeah, I
I
was
thought
about
that they
to say
weren't
that.
really relevant at all. I thought they were like Morning Musume, how Morning Musume is now, where they're not really relevant. So that kind of surprised me that they have 5.4%.
Hmm. Well, I
And then
think their
obviously you have the
popularity has been
mm,
climbing, especially recently, because like I think recently they had like their like an anniversary. Have they been around for 10 years now that I think about it?
They've
oh,
been
I
around for
definitely
a
feel like I
while.
think it's been more than 10 years that Momoiro has been
Yeah, they
around.
released like a whole like special like anniversary album, I think, where they like remade a bunch of their songs with the current lineup of members, because it's just the 4 of them now.
Right. Oh, I forgot what I was
Uh
gonna say. uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you also see you have the Tokeni
oh
Inai, which is
yeah.
like
Let's see. The group was formed
not
in
Um,
really there.
2018 under the name Momoiro Clover. After gaining popularity, single debut in 2020, let's see, 2009, and then major debut in 2010. And then they renamed into Momoiro Clover Z after one of the members left really early on. So yeah, they've been around for a while. So yeah, I think
12
that
years.
was really recently. They had like this whole special like anniversary album. So yeah, I bet that's
Mhm.
why too. That could be why.
And then you also
Or
have the 52.2%, which is not like
which is like,
nothing in particular.
Tokuni
yeah,
Nai, which is just like everyone else, I assume.
Yeah, it's
essentially,
essentially the other, but just not groups
Like
list
everyone
names.
else, but also like no one in particular. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, but AKB being eighth, I'm gonna talk about this later when you scroll down to like the actual, because they have both a male and a
Yeah, the
female
oh yeah.
demographics
top tens for the
stuff.
demographics. But AKB being an eighth, kind of, I don't want to hate on AKB, but
That's
I'm surprised that
reassuring.
they're at 8, because when you look at the demographics with like the results,
Right, right.
and I don't want to be like, you know, wag Bish fanboy, but if you're noticing, like Bish is almost always from above AKB when it comes to the rankings, except for like people in 50s and above, which makes sense because WAC's main audience and like target audience is from 20 to 40, so that
Mm,
makes sense to me why in both male and female that Bish would be ranked there. But like AKB only was really popular with people 50 and above. So that's kind of why I'm a little bit confused why
mm,
AKB is number 8.
mm.
But that's just something for me. But obviously, you're looking at the demographics now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
something
look,
notable is that there were over twice as many female surveys taken and responses than male.
the male.
In
Okay.
total, there was 14,155 from male and 31,648 from female.
Mm.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Because this might be the
Um,
first time you're looking at these.
First time I've looked at the demographics of it ones, but like I've noticed like the younger the people are, the more they like groups like say Sakurazaka,
Mm.
because for males in the tens, like 10 to 20 year old range, like they're second on the list, and for a group, I guess they're not a recent group per se, since obviously they rebranded from Keki, but for a group that's not even a year old, that's surprising to me, especially with
Mm-hmm.
people that young. It was the same for the females in the same age range as well. They're right in the middle. So I don't know.
Yeah, and if you even look at like the female side, AKB isn't even ranked
Yeah,
until
on
50
there,
and above.
yeah,
Mm.
and not even that high either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Like what I'm
So
seeing,
what?
especially in like
Mm.
the teens is where I'm seeing it the most. But there are like 5 K-pop groups listed in the female teens like
Just
ranking of who they like the most.
all this, it's
Yeah,
oh,
ITZY. And yeah, like even after that, like it kind of. Well, I was about to say it. There aren't like well, they're still like quite present too. Like obviously, girls' generation since they're an older group, they've been around for a long time. It's like they're
Right.
actually they're on every every like age demographic rank. Like everyone in every age demographic has mentioned shoujo jidai. Or what else? Who like I'm seeing like just like going back and forth seeing like which groups are like are mentioned in like every single demographic.
Um.
I'd say every single. Actually, no, not every single 46. But Nogi definitely.
Mm.
Perfume, Nogi,
Girls' Generation, I think as
and
well.
Mhm.
Blackpink,
mm,
Twice. Yeah, you can see the kind of influence K-pop groups have.
Yeah.
mm. Momo Ito Clover for males. Like, that's something like I'm not expecting because I'm seeing that like their Momo Ito Clover
Top of
is
that list,
ranked
of the list
within
of
the
people, males over 50, whereas for females over 50, they're only sad.
Mm.
yeah.
I guess there's like some level of nostalgia there as well.
But also if oh Mike left. But if you want to open or look at last year's, so I sent the link for last year's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
results as well. I'm noticing that this year there has been a shift to more K-pop groups.
Oh no, yeah, definitely.
I feel like that does kind of make sense.
Mhm.
Well,
And some groups that I don't see anymore are Mameshiba and Zak. Well, E-Girls, they disbanded, so that
Mm.
makes sense from what I see from last year. But Zonk and Momeshibo were in there, and they're not in there anymore.
Mm.
But yeah, this just shows like the influence K-pop is having even in Japan, where there's more groups now. To me, I kind of consider Niziu K-pop, even though they're technically Japanese with members, but that's just personally to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they also have for like the top 5 or top 10, if you scroll down in for the current ones, like the reasoning why people chose the groups.
Yeah, it's like it's showing like for each group that was like some of the most popular, it showed like the top 5 reasons why people like them.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. Nogizaka, the number 1 reason won looks ga yoi, visual
So
ga
looks
suki
and
dakara. So
visuals.
yeah, looks
Looks
and
and visuals.
visuals.
Whereas with a lot of other groups, it's like the dance or the songs
Yeah,
as well.
Perfume, Nijiu,
EGU,
Blackpink,
Pink,
Shoujo Jidai, Girls'
yeah.
Generation.
And then groups like AKB and Sakurazaka, the number 1 reason is that the songs are
The songs are good.
kind of,
Their songs
they're
are good.
very good.
Debatable on some of that, but
Yeah, but
And then for Momoiro Clover and Hinatazaka, they share the same reason. They're very bright and energetic.
I don't know about Momoiro Clover, but I know for Hinata for a
Oh yeah,
fact.
Momoiro Clover definitely. Like these girls like have so much energy.
So do Hinata, to be honest. Hinatazaka. Like,
Well, yeah, but
I
like Momoiro Clover, they lean more in towards. I would
guess,
put them almost like kind of leaning towards the same category as Denpagumi, because you know how Denpagumi are.
yeah,
They're
that
very like
yeah.
hyper, very energetic,
yeah,
a little wacky. So yeah,
I see
Momoiro
that.
Clover are very definitely in that range of J-pop. Like a lot of energy. Which I mean makes sense. When they started, they were like very young teenage girls, so they did a lot of like very high paced, hyperactive songs, types like that. Like
Right.
I'll have to show you one of the songs. In one song that they actually did, they did if you're not familiar in like in Japanese, there's this like long name which is supposed to be like the longest name of the world. That's like this huge tongue twister. I forget, I can't exactly say how it goes, but it's like digamu digamu koko tsu the it's like Bible Bible Bible
Oh, that
jo
one.
no su ke something like that. I can't say it. I can't say it. That's the thing. But like these girls, they put it in the entire first verse of the song. And like if you can do that, that's amazing. But yeah, Momoiro Clover are a lot of fun. So I totally get that reasoning of like them being very like genki, energetic, and hyper, very bright.
Right. And then the last category that they have is for graduated groups or groups that have already disbanded.
Yeah, it actually says like groups that you would want to make a revival. So like E-Girls is the top, Kara is right after it, Zone, Candies, and Onyanko Club.
Now, Zone, I never really viewed Zone as an idol group.
I've never even
If I had
heard
to
of
be,
them.
Zone makes Secret Base.
Oh, they're that. Oh, really? I thought they were a band.
See, I thought that that's how like I viewed them. So it's interesting to see how they're being labeled as idols because I don't necessarily see them as idols.
I mean, then I guess you could have the situation where they're like an idol band, where they are like a band who plays live instruments, but they promote more as idols rather than just like a rock band or something like that.
Right, like I don't know Zone like really at all, besides that song, because they could have been idols before, but then they moved more into like a band, kind of like what Oyasumi Hologram did, where like they started off as idols, but then shifted into like a more band feel. So that could be what Zone did. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Candies?
Candies. The name
Is
doesn't
that
immediately read a bell. I feel like they're like a really older like idol group.
so like Onyanko Club, like
Yeah, for some
80s?
reason that's kind of the feel I'm getting. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. We'd have to like look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Just to see, just to
Please do.
confirm. Yeah, 1970s, a three-member girl group from the 1970s.
Okay.
So yeah, way back.
So like Onyanko Club.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I just found this to be really interesting of what like people think. Obviously, because there's only like a sample size of 46,000, like it gives like a little bit of a good picture, but obviously not the full picture, as it's still
Right,
kind of like a
right.
small sample size. So it's interesting to see how people kind of think within that small sample size.
Mhm. Okay then. But yeah, that was really cool to see, see kind of like again that perspective of like what a majority of people like think, like who they view as like who they like the most, whose music and who do they like the most basically. That's really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I saw that from Tam
Mhm.
to bring this up.
Hmm.
So, Tam, if you're watching, thank you for retweeting that.
Thank you, Tam. All right then, moving up now to a bit of some sad news actually, because we've had a lot
Oh,
of major
oh,
graduation announcements
Oh,
happen. And oh wow, there's a lot to talk
oof.
about here because there's so many.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, who should we start with?
I think that we should start off with the one that we kind of forgot about
Oh, her?
before starting this video. Yeah, because I think she announced graduation a month or so ago. That's probably why we kind of forgot.
Maybe it was.
Maybe.
So,
Yeah, so
yeah. HKT48, Murashige Anna announced graduation.
ah,
Uh, mm,
Shige.
Mm,
Ah,
definitely hit me in the kokoro. Like I remember her being like one of the first members in HKT that I like got into because I just thought she was
mm.
mm,
so funny and so goofy.
Yeah, I think Shige was one of my more was Shige my favorite member in HKT? I don't really pay attention. Definitely like now I don't really pay attention to 48 groups anymore really, but particularly HKT didn't really care for them. But I think Shige was my favorite member in HKT if I remember correctly.
Mm,
I could be wrong, so sucks for me.
mm. I mean, I just remember like
uh,
all the clips from like different variety shows where you would just see Shige like just being, just crazy, or cracking those lame jokes and gags and stuff like that, and just being goofy.
Mm.
And of course, as someone who has moved into the side of K-pop, obviously she herself, like, being one of the biggest supporters for Sakura and ITZY, just like she was she was definitely the biggest Sakura stan in the world, because she was her real life best friend. I still remember it during that concert where Sakura was performing High Tension by herself, and then Shige comes out in the full Wota geek wear with all the merch on her, and doing the fan chant, the rappers that she made, and wearing the Sakura face on her t-shirt. It's like, she can only do that because she is her best friend. That is the only way that was allowed. And it was amazing. So yeah, Shige, her hyperactive, goofy nature will be missed. I don't think they've announced like her graduation date of like when she's leaving. I feel like that could be like towards the end of the year, since we're going
So,
into November, December. A lot of these are taking place in November and December. So
do you think that Shige waited until Sakura came back and graduated to announce graduation?
That's
I'd say
possible.
that could be plausible, wanting to like send off her best friend first, and then, once the dust was settled, she was like, "Okay, I think it's time for me to leave as well."
I've been seeing Shige more on social media, like making videos with like her younger brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because she has like her brother and like two sisters as well. I know she has like two younger sisters. I remember like a couple years back she used to like make a couple videos with them. No, but yeah, that's super cute that she does videos of her family.
Mhm. I'm really gonna miss Shige.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right, I guess next up, I guess we can go into
just
this
do
one
ninth
next.
gen.
Yeah, the ninth gen, all the remaining three of the ninth gen.
Uh,
So Yokoyama Yui Han, so Yokoyama Yui the first, and then
yep,
Yamauchi Suzuran and Oba Mina and SKE. They all announced their graduations relatively close to each other. Like, Yui Han was
yep.
the first, and then Suzuran came a little bit afterwards, and then like 2 days later, Minaru announced her graduation.
Hmm.
So
People were
yeah,
wondering if this was planned. That like they got together to think about like if they're going to announce relatively close.
I wouldn't be surprised, because that actually also happened with the second gen, AKB second gen. Because if you remember, like, when Miyazawa Sae, Umeda Ayaka, and Kobayashi Kana all did their graduations, they were all relatively close together, and they had, like, the huge anniversary stage of the second gen members all performing at the AKB theater together, and they all came out, like, in their graduation dresses, and it was awesome.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if they're gonna do something like that, now that I think about it, actually. Like, there needs to be a special anniversary stage for the ninth gen where they all come back.
Well, this is the end of literally the golden generation because that's what the ninth gen was known as.
Hmm. Like I hope that happens, because I can imagine it being super sweet if like Parudu came back, and imagine if Parudu and Yuihan sang their duet that they had, Tomodachi de Irareru Nara. Do you guys remember that song? That song was so sweet. You don't
Not
remember
really.
it, do you?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to find it later and let you listen to it. But yeah, I remember that song being so sweet. And I remember like them performing, I think it was during request hour, this cute moment where like Yui Han wanted to make like a big heart with Paru, and then Paru was like, "No, not a big heart, but I'll do a little heart." So they made a little heart at the end. It was cute. Cute little interactions like that.
Mm.
But yeah,
But
so
also, if you think about it, these members are definitely up there in age. I think 26. I definitely know 26 plus.
Oh yeah, they're definitely on the older side. So yeah, that makes sense too as well. That being a
Is it
factor.
Minarun 28 or 29?
I don't think she's that old. I don't think Minarun's that old.
Yeah, no, she's around that age.
I don't think I
Hold
remember
up
her
as I.
being like.
Yeah, she's 29. She turned 29.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, April 3rd, 1992 is her birthday.
Okay,
And
I
they
know she
said,
was on the old. I didn't think that she was that old. I'm sorry. That
yes,
sounds like an insult almost.
according to Wikipedia, it says she'll leave the idol industry on her 30th birthday.
Yeah, in April of next year is
Yeah.
when she said that she would be leaving. Meanwhile, Suzuran is leaving after November, and then Yui-han, her graduation concert will be on November 27th, and then her final graduation live at the theater, the AKB theater, will be on December the 9th.
So the day after her birthday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait, I didn't even realize. Yeah, that is the day
Oh,
after her
and
birthday, isn't
AKB's
it?
anniversary.
It is! Holy cow! Holy cow! I didn't even think about that. I completely forgot about that Yihan's birthday was the anniversary of AKB. So that's funny. That just that all worked out in the end.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess next moving over from AKB and the 48 group to the
Wait, we
Sakamichi
have one
side.
more. We have one
And
more.
we have one more 48 grad.
We do?
Yep,
The
Yokoyama
other
Yui the second.
Yokoyama. The other
Oh, right.
Yokoyama.
You know, I mean, we keep trying not to mix the two of them up since they have the
That's
same
why
name,
we
but it's
put
just
the
like,
first and second.
yeah, the first is Tekken, or like Team 8's Yokoyama Yui. So no, yeah, that just like completely went over my head. But yeah, Team 8's Yokoyama Yui also announced graduation and will be leaving her graduation. That will also be in November, November 29th.
In
Mm-hmm.
1 month.
Yeah, again, it's crazy like how many of them like we're just mentioning the major ones, but there has been a lot of
Law.
members that have
Yeah.
like graduated. It's like
Hmm.
crazy.
But at least from what like I've seen it and what other people have said, at least she's going off like on top with her like
Mm.
because she's exiting after getting her first senbatsu.
Mm.
Mm. I mean, on the one hand, I also understand that, but it also kind of makes me wish she would have stayed longer so that in case she ever got into another senbatsu after that, like it's the same feeling that I had with Obata Yuna when she announced graduation from SK. I
Mm.
felt like you had so much more potential ahead of you. I feel like she left SK way too early, in my
But the
opinion,
problem
Then,
because
but the
but
problem
then
with
there's like,
Yokoyama Yui the second is the scandal that happened.
well, yeah,
yeah,
there's
Her
also that
scandal.
too. That's also yeah. I guess rather than like comparing it to Obata Yuna, I feel like the more closer comparison would be I hope I don't come off as like bad for saying this, but like more similar to Yahagi Moeka's situation. Cause like she was
Mm,
also in that situation where she was like rising potential for like the next big ace of AKB, and then a scandal hit her, and then it just went downhill from there, and she left the group.
mm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
I don't even I I don't even remember like all the details regarding Yui's scandal, like what happened with her.
It was bad, really bad.
Okay, then I just like completely like cut it out of my memory because I can't remember anything about what her scandal was about. I do hope that
The thing
like
is bad.
I mean, I do hope that she will still continue dancing because she's definitely like one of the best dancers in the group.
But it's like kind of thinking of like what can she do from now with career wise? Because if she's going to continue being a dancer, that's kind of like limited in the amount of things that she can do. Obviously, you have like backup stage dancers and like dance instructors, but like there's not really anything besides those.
Mm.
I mean, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Whatever she decides to do. But yeah,
Mhm.
now we can move on to the Sakamichi side. So, Michael, do you want to handle this one?
Why me?
Well, I
I mean, Steve, which one do you want to go for first? The
Well, we'll
Nogi
just
or
do
the
we'll do Nogi first, and then we'll let mine and Michael's tears come
Because
come
I
right.
saw
out.
You
it
know what? I'm
coming out
sorry.
like,
Yeah, I realize
um,
you two probably need to emotionally prepare
ah,
because you guys are heartbroken about this. But so yeah, talking about Nogizaka first, we'll start with that. So Ikuta Erika, one of the first gen members, recently announced her graduation.
this morning actually, I'm pretty sure.
Was it this morning or was
I
it?
think it was
Yeah.
yesterday
Yeah,
or
I
this
think it
Oh,
was
morning.
my
yesterday.
yesterday. Sorry. Again, my brain's just mush this week.
Which also another graduation that sucks for me because she was my second favorite in Nogi.
Hmm.
She was the one I focused on in Nogi, even though I didn't really
No,
follow.
Oh
I remember
God.
really liking her too, but I think she has a really bright future ahead of her. She's definitely
Yeah,
going to
that's
have a
true.
successful career as a musical actress because we know that she is a phenomenal singer and a
Mhm.
phenomenal actress as well. So she is
Mhm.
definitely going to go places. So yeah, of course, best wishes to her. So her graduation concert will be in
Uh,
December and then she'll leave the group at the end of the year.
So does that
yeah, I think
mean
her
she could?
last day is December 31st.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
So
meant, the end of the year.
So Nogi for
Kohaku.
Kohaku maybe?
You know what? Honestly, that would be a really grandiose way to go out. Like your final performance being the Kohaku. That would
Mm,
be amazing. Actually, if that happened. There's
I think that's what it's probably going to be
yeah.
because Nogi is the number one idol group.
hmm,
Yeah.
as we just discussed.
Mhm.
All right, and then last up, so I know that it this is gonna hurt for you guys, so I'll go ahead and say it so we can like lead into it and you guys can discuss. So a double graduation announcement from Sakurazaka 46 occurred recently, and the two members were Watanabe Rika and Moriya Akane, which are both of your
Announced on my birthday,
Oshis.
by the way.
Yeah, both of them on this birthday. I'm
Right,
close to
right.
mine. I'm close to mine. So there you go. Double the pain for both of us, to be honest.
Oh, God
I honestly don't
damn.
know what to say. Like, of course,
Um,
idols graduate someday, but like suddenly out of nowhere, like the two of them graduate together, which sort of made sense to me because Nen's close to Rika, Rika's close to Nen, and it's like if there was, I don't think they would have done it any other way, to be honest.
Hmm.
But man, does that break my heart a lot.
Hmm.
Um, so both of them announced through the official blogs, and damn, Nen had to put like an old photo back from the Aozora to Mari days, and I'm just like, no, no. Then on her mobile
oh my
mail, she
God.
posted an old pic from the double Keikazaka no Uta music video shoot with her, Sugai, and Hirate, and I'm just like here, like, why do you do this to me at 5 a.m. in the morning? Like, ah. So yeah,
Mm.
and I'm trying not to cry, but the tears are slowly coming out.
It's okay, Mike.
It's okay to
Just like when
cry.
I think like when I joined your Twitter space on my birthday, I think like everything that you said during that day was perfect.
Mm. I was just there for an emotional sponge, for, like, my friends who were talking as well. Oh, it was completely unplanned. Yeah, just everything came out. And I think there's no date set in stone for their graduations, but tentative date is the last day of the national meet and greets, which is December 19th. Fingers crossed they stay until Kohaku, but I don't know, man. I don't.
Yeah, Erika was my kami when it came to both 48, 46 groups. So this one kind of stings and hurts. Amplified that it was announced on my birthday. Because like I feel like I have like a very similar personality to Berika. That's why I kind of like latched onto her and she became my favorite within the 48, 46 groups.
It was the same with me and Nen, actually. Pre Sakura and Nen. Pre 2018 Nen, I'd say.
So like I don't know, like Nen has more of like a clear idea of like what she can do after graduating.
She said
Definitely still go on, Mike.
I was about to say Nen specifically said it wasn't a goodbye and she wants to do whatever she can to come back. So, and I think from an interview slash article on Model Press, I think it was, people have said she wanted to go into acting. So,
Oh, that would be
I don't know.
awesome.
I don't know. I just want her to come back so me and a bunch of other people don't cry a lot. So, yeah, just simply put. But I think with Rika specifically, she thought about this for a year and a half. So it wasn't an easy decision to make, but she ended up taking the first step, like she did in third single hit campaign, and just went for it and just announced graduation.
Just
Same with
like
Nen. It couldn't have been easy for her either because she put literally everything into Keiki and Sakura, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna. I don't want to blame anyone in particular. To be honest, management don't do a good job of promoting anyone besides Sakura 8. Like, Nen was in Senbatsu, and then her vice captain position got taken for very good reason. And then, yeah, now she was just in the shadows ever since. And, yeah, she was one of my emotional anchors, I guess you could say. So this does hurt a lot emotionally. And I do wish them both the best for whatever they plan to do next.
I just don't know what Rika's going to do because I know that we kind of like discussed it a little bit, Mike, earlier in the week. But like, unlike Nen, there isn't really anything that I can see. I mean, she could continue modeling. I forgot what magazine that she's like an exclusive
She's exclusive
model
for Ray and regular
for.
for Lime. Might be the
I
other
don't.
way around.
I hope that she can at least continue to model for them, but like besides that, like I don't.
Well,
I
me
can
and
like see
Michael, we
her
were
leaving
kind
the
of talking
entertainment
about it
industry.
earlier, but I think she was talking about like opening up a bakery with one of the other
Yeah.
former
That
members.
was a while ago. That was with Nanako, but Nagasawa Nanako, another former Keisaku member.
I mean, I
But
would love to see that happen
I
if
would love to see that.
Did you
that
say that
Because
they
happens. But
were
like,
still like talking about that possibly
oh,
doing that, or?
I saw from a tweet from a friend who's in Nako's fan club that she said that that she was still thinking about it, but I don't know about it in terms of Rika. So who knows? Maybe like a few months down the line, suddenly we just see them own a bakery. I don't know. But
but like, it's more or less I'm feeling like she's just gonna retire from entertainment.
Mm.
That's
I
like
mean,
how
it wouldn't
I
be the first
see
time
it.
a former AKB or former Sakamichi member would open up like a restaurant or something. Think like think
yeah,
like
Mm.
there's
think like with Uchida
Mayumi.
Mayumi, she
Yeah.
opened up her
Yeah.
yakiniku restaurant and a bunch of former 48 group members worked there. Now, granted, I don't know like how business is going since like the pandemic hit. I know that they've been hit in hard times, and so they haven't gotten to work in the restaurant as much. So hopefully, but like you said, we'll
Mhm.
see. It's still up in the air with Berika. She has a lot of
Mm.
possibilities in front of her.
I just like wish I could be more sad about this, but because of like, especially with the underground idol scene that I got into, and already previously like former of my favorite members already graduated in a 48, 46 groups. Like I
Mm.
kind of got used to this feeling, which is kind of like, oh, I guess this happened again. Especially after since the one graduation with Homesick when I made Ray my Kamiyoshi like out of all
Mm,
idols, and then she just like that gone the next day. It's kind of like I want to be more sad, but I'm just used to it, and I hate to say that because I know that particularly like the way that idols are so dear and precious to people. I just
mm,
kind of feel bad about that because like I felt so bad when I was listening to that Twitter space and how like everybody got emotional. Like I kind of wish that I was that emotional, just seeing like how idols change people's lives and how like connected they are.
mm.
If that makes sense.
No, yeah, that
Mm.
definitely makes sense. Like I'm pretty sure we all kind of share that sentiment, whether this is about like Sakamichi or AKB or underground idols or K-pop, but like when you connect with an idol or a group, like it does it is
Mm-hmm.
interesting to see like just like how much you can feel like your life has changed like after you've met them. Like they can be like such
Mm.
an inspiration to you or a place of comfort for you if you're going through hard times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I definitely get what you mean by that.
And I also gotta look at it like in a different light because unlike of the vast majority of people, like I'm actually wanting to become like idol staff as well.
Mm.
Mm,
So like I kind of have to put that a little bit to the side as well of how I view things. But obviously, right now I'm not staff, so I can still feel the sorrow.
mm,
So yeah, these graduations killed me.
mm. But yeah, as always, too, all these members we just talked about, obviously wishing them the best. Whatever career paths they decide to go towards in the future, whether it be in entertainment or not, obviously wish them the absolute best. All right
Right.
then. So now moving on from the sad news, we can move on to a bit happier news. So I guess we can move on to this if I can focus on this for a bit, talk a little bit about the K-pop side, what's going on
Go
there.
ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, starting off with Loona, so they recently had their Japanese debut. So their debut single, Hula Hoop / Starseed Kakuse, because it was a double A-side. It was released digitally in September, but they recently had the physical CD release this month, a couple weeks back in mid-October. We got the music video for Hula Hoop as well, which I actually reacted on our second channel with my friend Misaki, who got me into Loona and who has been my friend since, our J-pop anime AKB48 group days. So this was a big deal for the both of us, obviously, like coming from the side of J-pop and then getting into Loona and other K-pop groups, and now seeing Loona have their Japanese debut is mind blowing. It's seriously like, and oh my gosh, especially because too, not only that, so I haven't really. I haven't gotten the chance to like buy any official like Loona merch. Like the most that I have is like 2 t-shirts that I have that are like with fan made designs. They're not official merch. So I don't have any like official like any CDs from them or anything. So Misaki did something amazing for me as like a gift. So she actually bought me because the single for Hula Hoop came out. They had like several different versions for like each of the members of the group, so there are like 12 versions for each member. And so she bought me the version for Cherry, who is my favorite member, and she's sending it to me to my house all the way from Malaysia where she lives. And I am absolutely ecstatic about it. I cannot wait. Like we were just talking about like, how like getting attached to certain idols or certain groups, like how it can just change your life forever. It's like I never could have imagined myself being at this point where like if I had never like come across Loona or like ever gotten into K-pop one way or another, like ever getting to this point, it's freaking mind-blowing. But yeah, like in terms of like the single, I'm just like I'm so happy about it. It's such a cute song. It's like very much the type of J-pop kind of sound, but like with that Loona twist on it. Like both Hula Hoop and Starseed as well. Starseed is very much like techno J-pop. Like you could almost hear like Perfume doing a song like this. You would imagine like that's kind of the vibes that I was getting. But yeah, I know that they have a music video for Starseed, but I haven't seen it yet because it was like a like DVD exclusive for the single. So it's not been like officially released on YouTube yet, so I'm kind of waiting out for it, just dodging spoilers left and right whenever I see them. But from what I've seen, it does look really cute because it's like an animated music video. So it's like they have like animated little cartoons of the girls. It's like so cute, but I don't want to watch it yet. I want to wait and see if they like actually officially release it on YouTube before I actually watch it. But yeah, it just makes me so incredibly happy that I found this group, that I found it, and now we're all the way here. Like we're actually it actually like it's almost been like no, not even almost. It has been like 5 years since the first member of the group, Heejin, had her solo debut. So it's been like 5 years since this whole Loona project started. Like just starting out from like the solo member debuts and then subunits and stuff like that, pre-debut all the way up to high and then going on to group active where we are now. It's like crazy the history of this group and where we are now. It does make me like anxious and hopeful at the same time of like where the group is going to go next. Obviously, we're kind of in a point of uncertainty because like
Right.
their company is having some financial issues, not going to lie. BBC is really not the best at managing the group. But I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful that there can only be brighter days ahead. I'm really hoping. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, moving on from that, there's some more exciting stuff too. So ITZY, we kind of mentioned them when we were talking about the popularity poll, the K-pop group ITZY. They recently had their first full album released, Crazy in Love, so that came out a little while ago. So that album is so good, and there are a lot of really good songs on it. Like the title track, Loco, is, oh my gosh, it's amazing, really, and all the other songs on there featured were awesome. But they also announced that they're gonna have their Japanese debut really soon. So we don't have
All
a
right.
confirmed date yet, but they did release a teaser of what the song is gonna be, and it's gonna be the Japanese version of their single Wannabe, which came out in early 2020 last year. And it's actually like, I'd say, yeah, Wannabe is like my personally favorite title track from them, from ITZY. So I like that we're basically getting, we got like three different versions of this song, because we have the original Korean version, and then there was an English version of it because they've released English versions of all their title tracks as well. And now we're getting a Japanese version of Wannabe, so it's like I get to sing this song in three different languages. It's crazy. Obviously, I'm still working on my Korean, though. I am not fluent in Korean at all. It's just like, learning like what it sounds like whenever I'm listening to the songs. But no, but yeah, I just find that really, really fun. And I can't wait for that. What their Japanese debut is gonna sound like. I can't wait. And then last up for the K-pop related news I want to discuss today. So PIXY also recently came back just in time for Halloween for some more dark and spooky stuff with their latest mini album, Temptation. This mini album is so good. Like, Addicted is amazing, and then you have the B-sides on it. They had Still With Me, which was a fan dedicated song for their fandom, for Winxie, as they're called, because Pixie, Winxie, it's like really cute wordplay on there, because it's putting their name together, Pixie, and then wings, so it's like saying their fans are their wings. That's super cute. And then they had Moonlight, which it's one of the most unique songs I've ever heard, because like the style that it is and the way they sing it is so interesting. Like, I've never heard anyone sing like this for a K-pop song anyway. So it was just such a nice song to hear. And again, with that song Moonlight and also Bewitched, they actually have English versions of both of those songs on the mini album too. So getting to hear like the Korean and the English, or their English is so good in this. Like, honestly, I have to show that to you later, Steve, because I think
Okay.
you would love PIXY. You would love them just based on the groups that I know that you follow and you like. I think you'll love PIXY.
All right.
All right. So next up, we do have a bit of a shout out to make with our friend Derek from Idol Downtime. So a while back in August, right? He actually
Yeah.
announced that he was producing two solo idols, and so two music videos were released for them. So the idols are Miho and Kosame. Now, I
Yes.
actually checked out Miho's music video, and I reacted to it on it too. And not only that, but she herself saw it. Miho saw it and like left a comment for me. So that just blew my mind. So yeah, I did check out Miho's music video. I didn't check out
I
Kosame's
know.
though,
I told
because
you that you like I wanted you to, but I already knew that you were not
yeah,
because
you told
it's
me, and
not
then and
it's
then when
not
I
what you
told
like.
Derek like I wanted to check out Miho's, he did tell me about Kosame and how it was about some really dark and heavy subject
Yeah.
matter. Which don't get me wrong though, even though like I didn't watch it because it's not really the type of thing I actively go out to watch or listen to. I will say though, even though I haven't seen the music video or listened to the song, I have to say mad respect to Kosame, because just from what like Derek told me, because I did watch them like talk about it on Idle Downtime when they discussed it, the fact that this girl went through something so dark and so depressing in her life and made this entire piece of art, this song and this music video around that to basically like, you know, fight those demons, like I mean, that's mad respect for an artist, for like not an idol, for an artist, because like that's just amazing that she was able to do that, that she decided to do that, to like share that part of her and make it into just a piece of art, a piece
Right.
of music to share with people. It's like incredible.
Yeah, I gotta give it up to Derek. Like, both of these solo idols that he's producing are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Miho is so sweet. Ruka, you need to watch whenever, like, their monthly, like, checky sessions that they have on Derek's channel. Because, like, she's just breaking records. Like, she had, like, 400, I think, over 400 checkies that she had to do, which
Alright.
turned out to be, like, a 24-hour stream. Well, obviously not, like, technically 24 hours, because they have to take breaks and
Right.
get, like, a little bit of sleep. But, like, they do, Derek and her do these live streams for, like, checkies, like, every single month. And I think that you would really enjoy seeing it, because you get to, like, interact with Miho, like, through comments and stuff.
Okay.
And, like, they play so good off each other, Derek and Miho. They're like a comedy duo. And then Kosame yourself is just amazing. Like, because you didn't watch the music video of her song like I did. That's more my style, but even, like, I was, like, blown away from what I saw with Kosame. And, like, how dark it was. The screaming, like, at first, it just reminded me of, like, Hanako-san. Like, when I heard it. But she has an amazing voice. Kosame does. So, mad respect to her. And both Miho as well. For being fantastic. And Derek has been uploading their lives that they do on his channel. If you do want to check those out, Ruka.
Okay.
So it's just not like the song that you heard, it's like her other songs as well. So I would probably have you check that out.
Alright.
So yeah. Great job, Derek.
Great job.
Great job. And then, if it's fine, I can just do Nagoya news. The stuff that's coming off the top of my head, whatever comes to mind, I'm just gonna say it.
Sure, go ahead.
First, mentioning about Hanako-san, she literally just did a live at BSJ Theater Vanquish on the 23rd. Her second time performing with BSJ. And I know that they had a blast. I saw a video of Takia P of the aftermath. Of Hanako-san's aftermath.
What happened? I didn't see it, so what happened?
Oh, his face is like covered. I don't know what it was, but his face was covered in something. I don't know. But he was just completely covered with some sort of thing. And then also BSJ, Ouen Shoujo. They have been collaborating. Well, I wouldn't say collaborating, but they've been performing a lot recently with an idol group called Watashi wa Idol de Aru. I'll make sure gotta get this right because I don't want to be. Yes. Watashi tachi wa Idol de Aru. Hopefully I didn't get that wrong. But like they've been collabing / performing together a lot recently. Another thing, within this past time since we made the last video, Miyu had her Seitansai, and Arisa just had her Seitansai earlier this month. So that happened. I think I saw something. I'm not sure if it's true that they're going to be in the process of making a new single. I could be wrong about that. Could be wrong. Some more sad news, I guess, for me, kind of like graduation wise. Marina announced her graduation. Her last she's gonna be graduating on November 21st. So this hits a lot more home for me because with my time with the group. Ouen Shoujo also made a new YouTube channel. I think I told you to check out a couple of their live music videos when it came out a couple months ago. Ruka. Of
I think I did.
I Got Tarinai
Yeah, I think I remember seeing
and
that.
Anata
Yeah.
ga Suki Dakara.
Yeah.
So they did make a new YouTube channel, which is mainly these live dance music videos. They have both like a live performance and just a separate video of the song, like an instrumental version. Also on their other YouTube channel, they have been releasing more new episodes of Tantasia. Hold on while I'm just making sure if I can find this on my my YouTube. Yeah, so they've been uploading new episodes of Kochira Kate ni Ouen Tantasia. And also Kato Takuya wa Kando Shitai. The last upload of those was like a month ago. So I think that newer episodes are gonna be uploaded to YouTube fairly soon on that channel. Because I know that Kato Takuya wa Kando Shitai is a monthly program that they have. And then for other Nagoya idol news, I'm sorry, but just I've been dying with this news, so I kind of like got it mixed up because Jickle Manji Hide they have disbanded. I thought it was just like Jickle Hide in general, but the other group, Jickle Star or Heart Hide, they're still active. But Jickle Manji Hide disbanded, and Manji was my favorite of the Jickle Hide groups, also with Wana being in Manji. Kind of sucks for me, and then just out of nowhere for Homesick, it was just so sudden. They're like, yeah, it was at the beginning of October. It had to be at the beginning of October. Where they're just like sending me like, yeah, so our live tomorrow is our last live. So Homesick disbanded. So my Nagoya groups that I've come to love are just like disbanding. And it sucks because Nari, she was one of my favorite Nagoya idols. She was trying to help me along with Anna from Ouen Shoujo. Like when Ray just suddenly left Homesick, like they were the ones that were like trying to cheer me up and support me. So, but however, Nari is already in a new idol group. I believe it's a self-produced idol group with another homesick member. I could hopefully I read this kanji right with her duo group. Su kagetsu go nanika hajimaru narishizu. I believe the first kanji is su. I could be wrong, but that duo is actually debuting today, Japan time.
Oh.
Tomorrow our time, so on the 27th, they're debuting. So I'm happy like that she's still continuing being an idol. More things from the Nagoya scene. Kitsuji Sankakuke made their debut last month. That's a group that was produced by Ryu for my god, every single time. Just for Roll Edelsteinen, he was the producer of Roll Edelsteinen. So his new group debuted last month. Anything else that I'm trying to think of? Well, I can for Nagoya stuff. There was something for Della. Della is one of the more major Nagoya idol groups, or what we would say Chijo. So 3-4 members have like made like a YouTube channel. So hopefully people can check that out. There's one member that I know personally. I don't. And also that member did ended up changing her color from green to red.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't want to like gloat or anything. That's why I'm just making it kind of vague by just saying like I know this person. So yeah, I think that's all that I can think of right now. I'm just wish that like, because like I'm in charge of like the BSJ English Twitter account, but because I've been so busy, and then whenever I am like off work, like I'm always tired, so like I haven't really been able to like keep up with the Twitter stuff on that account. So I feel really bad about that. But I think that's it. At least all that I can think of.
Okay, then.
Sorry if that was kind of long.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I think we can start to wrap things up here with some final personal news, some plugins, some shout outs that we want to make. So obviously, as I mentioned earlier, I recently did a collab with Misaki, my friend. I've done a couple of videos with her, actually, both on our second channel and also on her channel, because not only did we recently react to Loona's Japanese debut, but I have been getting her into Dreamcatcher. So I have been introducing her to Dreamcatcher's music videos, title track music videos specifically, and also like showing her like little compilation videos of each of the members so she can kind of get to know what their personalities are like better. And so next, hopefully, I'm going to try and move on to maybe showing her a couple of B-sides, maybe some special clips, so that she can get a bit more familiar with more of their music as well, aside from just the title tracks and stuff like that. But yeah, not only that, but me and Michael, we were also on a podcast over with her channel. We had a little special podcast episode together where we were discussing, idol related discussions, so like that. So it was really cool. So to like, especially because like we got a good mix of like people who were like mainly J-pop stands or mainly K-pop stands, and then us in the middle. So yeah, Michael, I don't know if you're back, but did you also want to plug the thing that you're in? Is he
I
here
think
right
it
now?
came out 2 weeks ago on Sunday, but I was a part of well, there's specifically a Sakamichi podcast, but I was in a episode of the Oshimen wa Dare desu ka podcast. I think we were just mainly discussing like me as an idol fan, and yeah, we even had a quiz to do with Moriya Hikaru because one of the main people who do the podcast was also Hikaru. There's that, and then one of the guests that they had on before me, he does this series where he kind of talks with other international Sakurazaka fans. I think his name's Kuroshin. He's a really nice person. He did that with the goal of getting management to look at this set of videos and kind of ease restrictions on us international fans more. And I think because of COVID, because of everything that was going on, I think Japanese buddies and international buddies have kind of gotten closer in a way. And I think, yeah, through this podcast, through his videos, I think hopefully things will get better in the future. Yeah.
All right then. Anything else, Steve? Anything personal you'd like to plug? Is there anything that you can come up with?
Let me think. First, I guess if you can follow the BSJ_English Twitter, please, please do that. I'll try to update that. I'll try to keep updated. It's gonna be hard though because like I am so busy. Also, the Slow podcast and like Josh, they've recently been uploaded videos with Emika from
Oh yeah,
Random
that's
NB.
right.
Remember?
Right.
They did like a spicy challenge with her as well as her giving her reactions on Perfect Blue. So go check that out. Also for Idol Downtime, they just released their latest video. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So go check that out. Is there anything else? I got. There really isn't anything that I can think of. I swear, I'm gonna think of something later today that I'm just be like, of course, I forgot.
Well, if that happens, you can put like a comment in the video afterwards.
Go check out, I guess Nari's new duo group. I'll put, the Sukagetsu go Nanika Hajimaru Nari Shizu. If you can check that Twitter and them out, please do so. And I think that's it. I think.
All right then. I'd say that's a good place to end things off on. So, yeah, that'll do it for our discussion video for today. So, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment down below some of your thoughts and opinions on what we discussed today and stuff that we didn't talk about if there's anything you want to put in there. Be sure to subscribe for more idol related discussion, as well as check out our second channel for idol reactions. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. So, until then, bye bye.
See you guys.